and Heat and Eye Associates.
Well, happy Friday, East Texas, and welcome into Under the Lights. I'm Bryce Broneisen.
And I'm Serenity Douglas.
A lot of great games around the area, as usual. That's just how it goes in East Texas. But of course, we had a fantastic one with Carthage and Center.
Yeah, for sure. And that's our game of the week, because who else would it be?
Of
and
course.
why are we betting against Carthage? We would never do that.
Of course. Well, let's get right into that game of the week. Out there in center is where we're going to find Dan Millay. Dan, you could just tell us now. We know it's Carthage, but we just want to know how it got there.
And the handoff to number 5, Calvian Edwards.
Yeah, guys, it's still relatively early, not quite towards the end of the game. A little more than 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but yeah, Carthage is up 72-20. Let's check out the highlights and see how we got here. First, though, here's the hometown Rough Riders looking to beat Carthage for the first time since 2005. That's going to be tough. Bulldogs on the other side looking to continue their seemingly never-ending run of domination. And spoiler alert, they're going to keep that going tonight. Here are the Bulldogs getting on the board first. Quarterback Jeff Surratt finds receiver Michael Fields to get Carthage on the board. That's a familiar connection. Certainly got to get used to seeing that. Next up, a ground attack. This time Surratt takes the handoff and gives it to KJ Edwards, who powers up the middle for the score. Another easy touchdown for those Bulldogs. This one took a little bit longer to develop. Surratt looking for options, finds KD Matlock, and Matlock does the rest. The running back speeds past every defender to pad that Bulldogs lead. But Carthage was not done there, though. Here's another dime coming from Jet Surratt. This time he goes deep. That's Braden Manning in the end zone, and yeah, that's too easy for the #1 ranked team in the state. Guys, that's pretty much how the rest of this game has gone. Like I said, we're not done yet. The fat lady has not sung. It's 72-20, a little more than 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. But guys, it looks like our pregame predictions are pretty safe.
I'd definitely say so, Dan. Wow, Serenity, 72-20. We knew Carthage was like that, but I'm surprised that that defense has really put the clamps on that center offense.
Yeah, center is not a scrub team at all, but Carthage just continues to make teams look like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
the thing is, you can't even call it an indictment on center. It just says, hey, Carthage is just like that, and that's how it goes with 9-time champs, huh?
I mean, what can we expect?
Let's head on over to a Wood County showdown now as Mineola hosted Kyler Finney and the Winsboro Raiders. And they're just going to start off hot as usual. Finney is going to toss it out in the flat. He's going to find his favorite target. That's Will Wilcox, who is going to make the rest happen. He loves throwing to Wilcox, and that's why. Winsboro strikes first, and hey, you know they'd want me to keep in the little celebration. They told me before the game they're going with that Dragon Ball Z. Look at that. I see you. All right. Winsboro with the ball yet again. Here's Finney. He's going to go opposite field this time to Camden Capehart, who is going to come down with it in the end zone there. And just like that, it's 14-0. Rugged Red. All right, Winsboro, you know they're still rolling here. Finney, Wilcox. Sounds familiar? Well, here you go. He finds his favorite target again on a slide and catch, and it's another Raider touchdown. 21-0, just like that. But hey, it's not all offense in this one. Mineola's Braden Alley has nowhere to go because there's Macon Harrison with the huge tackle for the loss. Man, that defense stepped up big time today. But how about Finney Magic? With 4 seconds left in the half, the keeper and the little jump on into the end zone, and of course, a little slide there, the touchdown. Kyler Finney. You better believe that's him. 4 first-half touchdowns and a defensive shutout in this one. Look at that. 42-0 Winsboro. Every single week, they just keep showing you why they are so legit and why they're so hard to stop.
And you know, Bryce, I know you were telling me before the show that Kyler Finney has been practicing those celebrations. Do you know how confident you have to be to go into a game like, I'm just going to go ahead and practice?
They know they're going to score. You know Winsboro can put up points in a hurry, and that just shows it right there. 42-0, your final from Mineola.
Undeniable. But look, we're going to head over to Lufkin and Tyler. The Lufkin Panthers are visiting Tyler to face off for a fight in that 4th playoff spot. Now the Lions are in control to start the game off, and here's Caden Granberry launching downfield all the way to Derek McFall. But Hatton with the block. The ref say it's pass interference. I say it is too. I think that one was pretty obvious. Now Granberry passing the ball again, but this time it's to Marquette Martin. But here's Hatton again with the tackle. Hatton is on fire tonight. 3rd down here in Granberry. Cranberry going head on into the Panthers and falls just short right at the end zone. Now, Lions, they end up going for a three-point kicker right now on 4th down, putting them on the board. Now, Lufkin, they're not down and out yet. Lufkin with the ball now. Here's TJ Hammond looking for Keandre Hooper. Throws the ball. Close catch, but it's good, and it'll be a first down. Now, the Panthers trying to make some moves again. That's Hammond to Braden Murphy, but the catch was incomplete. I'm interested to see this one. Tyler has been killing it so far. Oh, very close. 23-20 over Lufkin. I like that one.
That's a big win for momentum. Of course, we know Tyler at Longview next week. You need all that juice you can get for a matchup like that.
Yeah, for the homecoming game, that was a good one for them.
Well, let's head on over to the Jack V. Murphy Bears Stadium, where Gladewater is hosting the Jefferson Bulldogs tonight. The Bears are wearing green to honor the history of the Waldron Bumblebees before the desegregation of schools. But let's get right into this game. The Bulldogs are going to be in possession of the ball, where quarterback Tymus Taylor takes the snap, hands it off to Cameron Williams, who's going to swiftly run through, find some room through the defense. He's going to take that all the way to the goal line, and he is in, stretches it over for the first touchdown of the game. Gladewater trying to stay hot after that first win last week. Bears with the ball, looking to get back into Bulldog territory. Quarterback Luke Brown takes the snap, makes a smooth pass to Kason Harris, who gains some yards for being taken down. But that momentum didn't last long, as Jefferson back with the ball, where Taylor passes it to Jermaine Hopkins Jr. for a complete catch. Check this thing out. He's going for him, and he got it, but not much going because he's taken down immediately by Brayson Woods. Hey, the Bulldogs want that second touchdown, so Taylor coming right back at it. Gets the ball, hands it right off to Williams again, who finds a wide opening, reverses field, takes it all the way back in for a second touchdown. And just like that play, it looks like Jefferson might have run away with this game.
Man, I mean, Gladewater, yeah, they definitely ran away with that one, 42-21. Gladewater got their first win last week. I was really rooting for them, hopefully trying to carry that momentum into this week. But look, it's Jefferson, and they did that. So look, we're going to head over to ARP versus Quitman. A little smoke machine action. ARP is looking to secure that playoff spot as they take on Quitman. Now, the Tigers are at the 2-yard line on 4th down, and a nice little quarterback keeper from Frank Smith to put ARP up, but the extra point will be no good, though. A couple plays later, and Smith with the screen pass to Zane Bork. He's dodging that Bulldog traffic and heading down the sideline saying, look, y'all need to come and chase me, before he's finally taken down. Now we're going to head into the second quarter. ARP is going to pick up right where they left off after that play. Smith takes the snap, and Smith takes another touchdown for ARP. They try going for 2, but it'll come up short again, so it's 9-0. Then a fake handoff from Cameron Crockett. He tries to pass it, but it'll be tipped and intercepted by KJ Yarbrough. He'll be taken down, but Tigers are back with the ball, but it's all about what you're going to do with it. And Frank Smith, I would never bet against Frank Smith because he launches it to Zane Bork for another ARP touchdown. ARP was running away with this one. Let's see that final score. 47-16 over Quitman. I know Quitman usually takes this game, but ARP said, look, not today.
And also, with an ARP win here, and also Grand Saline did win, which means ARP has officially clinched that playoff spot. Big for the Tigers, big for Frank Smith. They have really turned it around. They've been having a very quietly impressive season so far.
Yeah, it was really impressive for ARP, for sure, especially knowing that all that was on the line going into that game. They're like, let's just focus on Quitman right now. Grand Saline, they handled what they needed to handle, too.
It gives you a little bit of comfort knowing, hey, we got that playoff spot locked up now. Well, let's take a quick break from those highlights and check some of the day's biggest news headlines. Here's Brendan Gurley.
Bryce, Serenity, many events are happening across East Texas, including the 90th Texas Rose Festival. Tomorrow morning, the festivities continue as the Tyler Rose Parade kicks off. Of course, with the parade, we want to inform you about parking information for that event. The Rose Parade starts at 9 a.m. and goes until 11 a.m. Parts of Front Street will be closed that morning, and there will be handicap parking for the event at Mike Carter Field. Any late participants will not be permitted to access the parade route and will be directed to the staging locations. For more information on the Rose Parade, you can head on over to our website, CBS19.tv. Wineries all across East Texas are getting together for the weekend to give East Texans a little taste of the grapes. Crowds gathered in Lindale for the Piney Woods Wine Festival, where they sip some wines from over 20 East Texas vendors. With the number of wineries joining the Piney Woods Trail growing every year, East Texas is carving out its place in the national wine landscape. 22 of about 50 wineries in East Texas are on the Piney Woods Trail. Tomorrow will be the last day guests can sip, shop, and listen to live music at the festival. And the Eustis Fire Department is mourning the loss of one of its captains. Firefighter and longtime councilman Adrian Parham passed away unexpectedly. Parham was a veteran of the Eustis Fire Department. His most recent city council term was set to expire in 2024, according to the City of Eustis website. According to Paine Springs Fire and Rescue, Parham dedicated his life to protecting others. Funeral arrangements have not yet been announced. Reporting in the studio, I'm Brennan Gurley.
Thanks so much, Brennan. Well, Serenity, we'll have more highlights, and of course, we got to show some love to our player of the week. All that coming up just after the break.
My name is Zaquan Williams, and you're watching Under the Lights on CBS19. Go Lions!
Check out my huge 4-day sales event going on right now at bdchevy.com. Hi folks, Bill Dickinson here with Bill Dickinson Chevrolet, and we're spring cleaning in the fall. What do I mean? A used car blowout. That's right, we have a huge extravaganza on our pre-owned inventory, 4 days only, sale ends Saturday. We have used car buyers on site to give you top dollar for your trade. We have extended hours. We also have bank representatives on site to give you the lowest APR. And of course, just for stopping by, we're gonna give you a pie. Shop bdchevy.com.
BD Chevy has something for everyone.
We get feedback whenever I will call the patient at night, and they just are so ecstatic about the overall procedure and how our staff was taking care of the patients. That's mental care. I think it's not just the dentist, it's the staff and the way everybody treats every single patient.
If you have astigmatism, now is the perfect time to learn more about all laser LASIK at Heaton Eye Associates. Right now, you can receive $400 off your all laser LASIK procedure when you participate in our LASIK astigmatism study, as we confirm the outstanding results of all laser LASIK to help patients with astigmatism be free from glasses and contacts. Schedule your free all laser LASIK consultation today and experience better vision with Heaton Eye Associates.
Do you have a thermostat that won't reach your desired temperature, or maybe one room is hotter or colder than the other? At Accurate, we understand your home is your greatest investment, which is why keeping your home's comfort systems in perfect shape is our top priority. We're proud to offer the Accurate Tune-Up for only $49.95. Our licensed technician will provide a comprehensive inspection of your cooling system to ensure that your home stays cold during the heat of the summer. Give us a call today. Book your appointment for the $49.95 Accurate Tune-Up. Accurate Home Services. We're right on target.
We love to do sedation dentistry to provide a way for patients who typically avoid the dentist. We bring in a board-certified anesthesiologist that allows us dentists to be able to focus on the patient while the anesthesiologist is taking care of their comfort levels.
Under the Lights on CBS19 is sponsored by Smith Dental Care.
We're at the point of the season where it's any man's game. Undefeated or not, it only takes one game to shake the table. And last Friday, that team was Lindale as they took down the top-ranked Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Those Lindale Eagles were led by none other, our player of the week, Clint Thurman.
The first thing that comes to mind is Warrior. He is the toughest young man that I've ever coached.
Clint Thurman leads East Texas with every rushing stat, with 213 rushes, over 1,500 yards, and 22 touchdowns.
He just gets better each and every week because he wants to. You know, he has a desire to get better. He sets a great example for our team and our program, those that will come behind him, just how you handle something hard, you know, and 46 carries is pretty tough.
Speaking of tough, after having 46 carries for 310 yards and 4 touchdowns last game, it earned him Built For It Tough 4A Player of the Month.
It felt great because my O-line, I give all my credit to my O-line and the tight ends, you know. They're blocking their butt off all game long, you know, and just seeing how hard they play just makes me want to run harder.
Chapel Hill has key playmakers, which made Clint dive into the playbook to get the upper hand.
You got to go in the locker room and study before practice, make sure that you got everything good. I knew that they blitzed a lot, so I was like, okay, when they blitz, I'm going to try to fake clap and try to get them offsides or not let them time up the play snap.
It's as simple as when you put in the work, you get the results.
It's kind of like the win is a win, you know. You just gotta, nothing can be too big for us. You just gotta go one at a time, like I always say. And then, you know, just seeing everybody's success makes everybody want to play harder in the game. So like, when somebody has a big play
everybody's like hyping them up and saying, oh yeah, good job, and then it leads to another big play and another big play. At the end of the game, you look at the scoreboard and we weren't surprised.
And they were looking to keep that same momentum as they faced off with Palestine tonight.
When you got Clinton Thurman and that offensive line, you know, anything can happen. Man, they were rolling on Chapel Hill. Yeah,
and Clinton's just saying, I just want to continue to stay focused one game at a time, and that's exactly what it should be. And it looks like Lindell actually won. Clint and Lindell won over Palestine 57-42, so that's a good one for them.
They're moving.
Now, who doesn't love a good old Thursday night game, Brace?
I love Thursday night.
Yeah, it's a nice little preview to Friday. Union Grove and Big Sandy. You can see that TPW on the back of their jerseys. Now, Caden Smith with the deep throw to Adrian Petty. He secures the catch and the touchdown with Lion coverage on him, scoring the first Wildcat touchdown of the night. A couple plays later, Wildcats in the red zone, and Smith is scrambling. He finally spots his receiver, Logan Olive, in the corner of the end zone for another Wildcat touchdown. Now, Big Sandy now leads 14 going into the second quarter. Then that's wide receiver Gabriel Batcher. He's taking the snap, turning on the Jets, and down the sidelines. A nice little stiff arm for you, but he's taken down around the 5-yard line. Nice game, but the Lions defense was too heavy, so they didn't score. And that Smith to Batcher again. He drops it, but play's not dead. He launches it, but into the wrong arms. That's Judson George. And the Lions finally making something happen. And that's Jace Roberts throwing it long all the way to Judson George for a 56-yard touchdown to tie the game up at 14. I mean, this one came down to the wire. It actually came down to the last 57 seconds of the game. Big Sandy scored again, winning that game 22-14.
I'm about to say, I saw on Twitter that things got a little crazy there.
Yeah, they were tied up at 14 for a while, but Big Sandy took that one.
All right, undefeated Grace taking on Frisco Legacy Christian. Here's the Cougars running onto the field, trying to keep that undefeated streak alive. Let's see, Legacy Christian going to start off back to punt. Grace is going to attempt to get this punt and go back on offense, but punt's going to be muffed, and it is going to be Legacy Christian that recovers. So there you go. They're going to get the ball deep in Grace territory. Here's Ian Pulte back to pass. He's going to find his man Charlie Bohr wide open there for a touchdown. So it's Legacy Christian that strikes first. Now they got the ball again. Pulte with the fake handoff. He's going to hit Ryan Wood on the quick slant. Drags some Cougars with him. He is still going. Ooh, he's going to get that man down all the way to about the 20-yard line. Here's Pulte passing again. This time he's going to find Kyle Morgan. Goes up, makes that grab. My goodness, what a catch. Now, just like that, it's 14-0 Legacy Christian. All right, here's Grace now, trying to make something happen. Zach Davis is going deep. He's finding Aiden Hatton all the way deep there for the touchdown. Grace right back in it, 14-7. Legacy Christian back with it again. It's Pulte looking to add more points now in the second quarter. Drops back to pass. He's going to find Hunter Ladd in stride. And wow, there is no one back deep. He's going all the way to the end zone. Legacy Christian takes a 21-7 lead. 28-20 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Grace scored the touchdown, had to go for 2 to tie it, and looks like they just came up short. That'll be their first loss on the season. 28-26, your final in this one.
Man, we're definitely going to see some moving with those polls. I mean, yeah, Grace was only ranked 9, but they could drop after that one.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just need that one loss, build a little bit of adversity. Of course, you want a perfect season too, but sometimes it's not terrible to get a little bit of character before the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, shake the table. Shake the table.
All right, well, let's find out what the weather's going to look like, especially this weekend, but beyond too. Here's Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony.
Hi, East Texas. Our football games got off to a warm start, but it cooled off nicely, and it will continue to cool off quickly overnight, down to 59 degrees for the low. Hour by hour on Saturday, we're up to 73 degrees by 10 a.m. Your noontime temperature up to 83. We're pushing 90 degrees again by 3 o'clock as the clouds increase. But these are high cirrus clouds, so there is a chance to make it up to maybe as hot as 93 degrees. Sunday morning will fall into the upper 60s to around 70 degrees, and Sunday afternoon, more likely into the mid 80s, but if we get a few peaks of sunshine, we could see 90 degrees again on Sunday. It stays warm right on through Sunday night into Monday morning, and then our attention turns to some rain chances. Here's your Bill Scott White, Texas Spine Joint Hospital 7-day forecast. So near record warmth for Saturday, 92. It's cloudy, humid Sunday. Scattered showers showing up Monday, but more so Thursday and Friday with periods of rain and cooler temperatures. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you, Brett. And coming up after this next break, we're going to have those Fab 15 polls. Check out all that movement and, of course, more highlights. That's coming up right ahead. Stick around.
My name is Clint Thurman. You're watching Under the Lights on CBS19. Go Eagles. Ah!
Under the Lights on CBS19 is sponsored by Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Are you ready to get more from your checking account? Ultra's A-plus accounts are built with more in mind. More ways to stay connected to your finances with online and mobile banking. More secure ways to pay with contactless debit cards and mobile wallet, so you can make purchases without slowing down. More money in your pocket with better rates, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees. Open your account online and start getting more from your checking account. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Skipper's Pier Coastal Cajun Kitchen is a must-visit destination for seafood lovers in East Texas. Our full-service bar boasts an array of creative cocktails perfect to complement our seafood journey. But the star of the show is our delectable Cajun cuisine. Now at Skipper's Pier, you can find our fish tacos, shrimp nachos, New England fish and chips, and the Dirty Bird. Come dine and relax with us here at Skipper's Pier Coastal Cajun Kitchen in downtown Gladewater.
Johnny Ross here for the Furniture Express in Nacogdoches, Texas. This is the home of no credit needed. You come in, give us your name, we give you a line of credit, and you start shopping. And we discount the furniture. This is the home of rock bottom, dirt cheap prices. Don't back up, shut up, or give up until you get to the Furniture Express, because we're serious. If you can't make a deal here, you're probably going to sit on the floor for the rest of your natural life, because we're making deals. You smile at it, you own it. Furniture Express, we're going to make a deal.
If you have astigmatism, now is the perfect time to learn more about all laser LASIK at Heaton Eye Associates. Right now, you can receive $400 off your all laser LASIK procedure when you participate in our LASIK astigmatism study, as we confirm the outstanding results of all laser LASIK to help patients with astigmatism be free from glasses and contacts. Schedule your free all laser LASIK consultation today and experience better vision with Heaton Eye Associates.
Under the Lights on CBS19 is sponsored by Heaton Eye Associates.
Well, Serenity, you mentioned it. A lot of movement in the Fab 15 with Chapel Hill falling last Friday, rather.
Yeah, it was a tough one for them for sure. You don't want to lose to an unranked team. And now Lindale is in the polls and they dropped down.
I'm about to see Lindale's going to be moving now. Let's go ahead and check out those polls, see how much move it all. You got, of course, Carthage at number 1 still. Longview at number 2 as well. Pleasant Grove and Texas High right there at 3 and 4. Kilgore. But the big thing right there, Chapel Hill. Look at that. All the way from number 2 down to number 6. 6 and 1, hey, it's not bad, but at number 6, you can see that drop as well. White House and Van, number 7 and number 8. You want to check out the smaller schools as well. Man, Timpson and Malakoff still right there at 1 and 2. Winsboro with a big win, 42-0 tonight. They'll probably stay right there. Beckville right there at 6 and 1. Lovelady 7 and 0. Dangerfield at 5 and 2. Garrison as well, undefeated. But the big one we want to keep our eye on right now, number 4 Troop. They're at 7 and 0, but we do have those highlights for Troop as they hosted West Rusk. We'll have to get right into that and see if Troop can hang on to their number 4 ranking.
You are right, Bryce. Troop entering the field. The second half, they're already down 7-2. Now Troop with the ball. Grayson Heron, he rolls out and hits Trey Davis. Showtime on the sideline, making the toe-dragging grab. And Heron with a fake handoff going deep to Bryce Wallum. It's now 9-7 Troop. They're finally starting to get some moving there. They were finally able to score for the Tigers. Now the short kick is taken by West Rusk. Hunter McGanless down the sideline. He stopped around the 15-yard line, and the Raiders, Xander hands off to Cole Jackson for the touchdown. It's now 13-9. West Rusk and Troop were definitely going back and forth for this one, so I'm really interested to see the final score. But look, and this is the touchdown for them right now. Yeah, it was a good one for them. I know they started a little bit slow, but yeah, it was a suspense. They started slow though. Now West Rusk and Troop.
Still in the fourth quarter.
Still
hey,
in the
how
fourth
about
quarter,
that defense?
and not much scoring at all. 13-9. So I don't know. That one was a tough one.
We'll be interested to see the final a little later in the show on that one. See if Troop can remain perfect there. But you know a team that's angry that we just mentioned was Chapel Hill. Man, we're going to start off at halftime there as they host the Henderson Lions. Chapel Hill's already at 42-3 at halftime, so that's about that there. But they start the third quarter with the ball. Demetrius Brisbane hands the ball to Ricky Stewart. He sees an opening as usual, makes a run for it, and the end zone. You know no one's catching Ricky Stewart. That's a touchdown, Chapel Hill there. Lions trying to do a little bit of something, maybe some momentum for next week. With the ball now, Vince Howard hands the ball to Justin Starling. Breaks out of a tackle. He's trying to make something happen, but he's going to get pushed out of bounds. Nothing much going there, but Lions again going to get the ball, trying to push into the pack here, but just straight into pile and nothing going. Bulldogs get it at the 50, taking the opportunity. Brisbane out with the ball. He's going to find Javen Mayfield deep with the burners. There's number 0 with the catch all the way on into the end zone for a Chapel Hill score. Lions this time, they need to make something happen, so they're going to go long two, all the way to Starling, but nothing there as Chapel Hill will break it up. We know Chapel Hill won. The question is just by how much?
Wow, 63-24. That's not a statement right there. I don't know what it is.
Chapel Hill is trying to get back up to the polls as much as they can. You know, I'm pretty sure they're not happy as much as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Henderson, Chapel Hill has had to take it out on them.
I mean, like you said, a loss isn't a good thing, but sometimes you need to wake them up a little bit.
There you go. Let's head on to Sabine taking on Tatum. Eagles taking the field here, ready to get busy and show Sabine what they are all about. But Sabine is going to get the ball first here as they're trying to make something happen. But this pass is going to be intercepted by Cole Watson. Off down the field and all the way to the house for the Louisiana Tech commit. That's a touchdown for Tatum. All right, Sabine trying to get back at it now. Tough interception there, but they're going to get it again. Colt Sparks throws it up, grabs it. My goodness. Did he get the foot down? They call it in, and the touchdown is good. That's Sabine with the touchdown there. My goodness, what a catch. Let's go right back at it again. It's going to be Colt Sparks yet again, this time with the quarterback keeper. Trying to take it down the field, but he is thrown down by Tatum there. Really only a gain of about 1 or 2 on the play. They popped the confetti for that one. All right, I love that. Colt Sparks with it again. He's passing it out to Caleb McKinney, taking it, shakes the tackle, tries to get his balance, but nothing going. Maybe a first down, but not much more than that. Let's check the final on this one. 54-21, your final, as Tatum will take a win over Sabine. Sabine sliding a little bit after a loss last week to Gladewater, another one to Tatum.
I mean, this game really could have gone either way. They had the same record of 3-4 coming into this game. So, I mean, it was good to see that one for them.
We'll have more coming up right after the break. You don't want to miss it. Stick around. We'll be right back.
I'm Trey Davis, and you're watching Under the Lights on CBS19. Go Tigers.
Folks, Bill Dickinson here with Bill Dickinson Chevrolet, and we're spring cleaning in the fall. What do I mean? A used car blowout. That's right, we have a huge extravaganza on our pre-owned inventory, 4 days only, sale ends Saturday. We have used car buyers on site to give you top dollar for your trade. We have extended hours. We also have bank representatives on site to give you the lowest APR. And of course, just for stopping by, we're gonna give you a pie. Shop bdchevy.com.
BD Chevy has something for everyone.
Are you ready to get more from your checking account? Ultra's A-plus accounts are built with more in mind. More ways to stay connected to your finances with online and mobile banking. More secure ways to pay with contactless debit cards and mobile wallet, so you can make purchases without slowing down. More money in your pocket with better rates, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees. Open your account online and start getting more from your checking account. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Introducing new spicy chicken strips at DQ. Perfectly seasoned for a spicy kick. It kinda sneaks up on you. But add a blizzard treat and you're all good. New spicy chicken strips. It's a slow burn.
That's what I like about Texas.
I started a while ago, fixing fences, checking the pasture. In time, maintaining this ranch, tending to these animals, became everything. Even the best days were hard on a young spine. A lot was riding on fixing my back pain. Every day now, I'll be going before the sun. Thanks to physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital.
CBS19 Weather and Weather app are sponsored by Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital.
The only way to appreciate the top plays from this week, we always have to take a look at last week. I mean,
couldn't miss it, right?
No, definitely not.
Let's get right into it. Let's check out those top plays from last week of action around East Texas. Our top plays last week start with a huge upset. Lindell quarterback Clint Thurman finds some room and gets in for the score. 300-plus rushing yards for Thurman and a big win over number 1 Chapel Hill. And how about Beckville on the second play of the game? That's Jacoby Williams. He wastes no time. You know he makes things happen. Couple of sweet moves, and 60 yards later, he is in for the first of his 4 touchdowns on the night and a big win over Ore City. Best play for Pottsboro was in also their second play of the game. Here's Caden Humphrey around the corner trying to strike first over Winsboro. They find some room and he is gone all the way for the Cardinals touchdown, but it would not be enough as Winsboro came out with the win there. 4th down for center here, but have no fear because Cash Cross is going to make things happen. Keeps it himself and takes that one all the way to the house for the center Rough Riders. And check this one out. Going for 4th and 3 from the 4-yard line. Not even sure what this is for Hallsville, but check it out. Cortland Benner shifts from shotgun. Here you go. Here's a little jet sweep, a little reverse, and he's going to throw it to a wide open quarterback, Ethan Miller, for the touchdown. I guess that works. Plays like that will get you in our top plays from last week of action. I am excited to see this week's top plays, but we're talking about next week now. We got to take a little look at some of next week's games. As always, you know it's going to be a packed schedule, but one that's definitely going to catch our eye is Tyler and Longview. You know, 2 great teams facing off there. Taylor Tatum, of course. Texas High and White House. Van and Carthage. Those are 2 very hot teams right now. That's going to be an interesting one. We'll see if Van can come out strong or if they're going to pull a center tonight. And speaking of center, they'll be taking on Bullard next week as well.
And Chapel Hill coming off of that loss, but now they have that win. They're going to be facing off with Athens. Jacksonville will be heading over to Lindell to face off, then Gilmer and Spring Hill, and finally Beckville and Harleton.
We'll go into a little more depth of that coming into our next part of the show. That, of course, on CBS19 Plus. We're going to have more highlights coming up there. But I'll tell you what, I am excited for that Tyler-Longview game because that is another historic rivalry and 2 teams that hate losing to each other.
I mean, and Longview has been killing it this year, and so is Tyler. So, like, Longview definitely should not sleep on them.
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the year, a lot of people weren't seeing that as much of a good game, especially with last year's blowout. But now that Tyler's kind of making things happen, it's like, okay, things are a little more interesting now.
Yeah, I like a good underdog story.
Well, join us on CBS19 Plus. We're going to be heading over there. We're going to have more highlights, more analysis. We're going to hear from the GOAT, head coach Scott Surratt. That's coming up just ahead. Come over and join us.
CBS19 closed captioning is brought to you by Southside Bank. Southside Bank, serving East Texas for more than
Under the Lights on CBS 19 is sponsored by Bill Dickinson Chevrolet, Ultra Federal Credit Union, Smith Dental Care, and Heaton Eye Associates.
There's an East Texas football party here on CBS 19 Plus. We appreciate you joining us. I'm Bryce Brauneisen.
And I'm Serenity Douglas.
Well, we talked about it earlier, but let's just put it this way. Our game of the week was just pure and utter domination.
It definitely was. It definitely was not if they won. It was by how much.
Well, let's check out the highlights and just see how it happened for the Carthage Bulldogs. First, though, we got to check the run out for the hometown Center Rough Riders. They were looking to beat Carthage for the first time since 2005. But the Bulldogs on their side, of course, looking to continue that never-ending run of domination. Spoiler alert, this is not going to go well for Center. Here's the Bulldogs. They're going to go ahead and get on the board first. You're going to get quarterback Jet Surratt. The sophomore is going to find receiver Mikkel Fields. And just like that, Carthage is on the board. Absolute dot. Straight to Fields. But next up, we're going to showcase some of that Carthage ground attack. This time, Surratt takes that handoff, gives it to KJ Edwards. Powers up the middle for the score. But this next one, it took a bit longer to develop, but it's going to be that other running back. Check it out. Surratt looking for options. He's going to find his guy, Katie Matlock. Matlock's going to do the rest. This guy has speed, and when he gets to the open field, that's that. The running back speeds past every defender to pad that lead, but hey, you know Carthage isn't done there, though. Come on. Here's another dime from Jet Surratt. This time he's going to go deep. He's going to find another guy, Braden Manning. Man, they are spreading it out to all their talent tonight. That's too easy for the #1 ranked team in the state. Here's your final. A 72. Wow. Oh, my goodness. 72 for Carthage, 27 for Center. Man, we just got to go straight out to Dan Millay here, who's still out in Center. He got to witness that. Dan, was this as crazy as, it seemed like for us here in the studio?
I don't know if crazy is the word I would use, Bryce. Basically, so this was actually a close game after the first quarter, and then Carthage kind of pulled away and blew them out. But I asked Coach Surratt after the game, what did you guys do differently between that first quarter and the rest of the game?
Well, we made a few mistakes, and we knew that, and it's hard to emulate their speed when you're going against a scout team or defensively, but we knew we were going to keep playing. We always talk about, we're a second-half team. Let's win the second half, and, after the first quarter, it was 15-14, and then we kind of put our foot on the gas a little bit and played very well and put a lot of heat on the quarterback, and we blitzed more tonight than we have all year, and it was planned, and so the coaches did a great job. We played very well.
Once again, 72-27 is the final. Carthage is now 9-0, and
Dan, thank you. We appreciate that. Hey, maybe crazy wasn't the word I was trying to use unless you're talking just about the Carthage offense. Yeah. Here's what I want to emphasize there. But hey, we mentioned it earlier. It wasn't just the offensive display we want to talk about, but they held a team that's averaging almost 60 points a game to 27. That's impressive in itself on that defense.
It definitely is, and I don't get tired of seeing Carthage win. It's a hard thing to do. Yeah, they're undefeated, but everybody is looking to take you down. So. Well,
Surratt just wants that last ring. He's got 9. He wants that full 10. I don't even know. If you get 11, I don't know what you do. So we'll see. But they're on a great track to repeat again this year. Hey, let's head over to Wood County as Mineola hosted Kyler Finney and the Winsboro Rugged Red. Man, they were ready to go in this one and make a statement as they have been doing this season. Starting off hot as usual. Finney tosses out in flat to Will Wilcox, who's going to make the rest happen. He loves throwing to Wilcox, and that's why Winsboro strikes first. They were practicing their sellies a little earlier in the week, and they pulled out that Dragon Ball Z meta right there. All right, Kyler Finney and the boys rolling right now, and they're going to keep on going. With the ball again, Finney is going to go opposite field this time to his other receiver, Camden Capehart, who's going to make that big catch there. Comes down with it, and it's going to be 14-0 Winsboro. And hey, they're just going to keep on rolling. We're going to go right back to him. Kyler Finney, Will Wilcox. Sounds familiar? Here you go. He finds his favorite target again on a slide and catch. And just like that, it's another Raider touchdown. But hey, it was a shutout in this game, so it wasn't all offense. Mineola's Braden Alley is going to have nowhere to go because there's Macon Harrison with a huge tackle for a loss there. And it's going to set this up. 4 seconds left in the half. Kyler Finney magic. He's going to keep it himself, and he is going to go ahead and jump on into the end zone and hit the little slide there too. Kyler Finney, yeah, that's him. 4 first half touchdowns, and Winsboro rolled in this one. 42-0, your final over Mineola. And again, like they've been doing all season. It's not just a win, it is a statement win for the Winsboro Raiders.
For sure. I mean, both of my pregame picks were right with Carthage and Winsboro, but I don't think I was expecting it to be a shutout. Definitely not. But look, we're going to head over to the Winona Wildcats in Grand Saline Indians. Saline took this win last season, and let's see if they can go ahead and repeat that. The Indians with the ball, and quarterback Jet Taylor fakes the handoff on the reverse and takes the ball 37 yards for a first down. Look at that run. Almost hit the camera. Yeah, almost hit the cameraman there. But next play, it's Taylor, but this time handing it off to number 19, who runs into a cluster around 10 and then breaks through and takes it into the end zone. And the extra point was good, so Grand Saline is up 7-0. I like that one. Now, Winona's first play of the game, and quarterback Josh Rice throws deep to Cabron Hampton. He comes down with an amazing catch, crossing midfield for him. Now, second Wildcat play in the game. Ball gets loose from the quarterback, and the Indians recover this one. Nice little change of turnover. Now the Indians are able to drive the ball downfield, but inside of the 5, the ball is popped loose, and Winona's Jane Oradika grabs the ball, and he fumbles the touchdown. Now, Indians get the ball back, and once again, it's Taylor faking the handoff and following his blockers all the way down the sidelines and inside the 10. That's exactly how you block for them. Now, once again, it's Taylor going live and dancing into the end zone for an extra point. And look, 14-0 for Winona. I mean, it's tough. That one was a tough one for Winona.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see that final.
Yeah,
Grand Saline ran away with that one.
62-21. We are seeing some offense tonight in East Texas. How about that?
Yeah, for sure. That one was a tough one.
Here's a guy that knows offense. Is Jacoby Williams and the Beckville Bearcats. They're going to be taking on the Frankston Indians in this one. Let's get over to those highlights there. Well, Jacoby Williams, we mentioned this guy makes it happen. Just wait on this, because you know if you're going to Beckville, you're getting a Jacoby Williams highlight. Here you go. Quarterback keeper. Originally wasn't going to be a keeper because he's looking for something, but hey, let's take it ourselves, huh? Doesn't know if he's going to tackle in the backfield. He's finding some room. He's got the speed down the right side, going all the way down. He's going to dive for the pylon, and he is in. Mr. Make It Happen, Jacoby Williams with the Beckville Bearcats touchdown, and man, was that impressive. Hey, let's go on now. Frankston with the ball now. They're going to go to pass it, trying to catch up and stay in touch here with Beckville. And check this ball out. He's going deep to A.J. Donnell, who is going to make that catch, and he's still going to the 2, gets over the line, takes it into the end zone with a little bit of help from his teammates there. And just like that, Frankston strikes right back and scores on that one. Let's go to the ensuing kickoff here. Coleman Bullock is going to snatch the ball. He's going to look around and try and find an opening, trying to find something, but Frankston is all over that one. There is nowhere to go here. So nothing going there. But let's check the final on this one. Looking for another big Beckville win. Man, I think they're averaging like 70 points a game at this point. Another huge win.
They for sure are. But credit to Frankston. It was like top play and top play. So that one was a good one for sure.
68-28 your final from Beckville.
Now we're going to head over out to Alba Golden Panthers. And they're dancing the night away as they took on Coma Picton Eagles. You pick up the game in the fourth quarter. The Eagles are leading 48-0, but the Eagles have the ball and haven't given up just yet. That's Dane Old. Hands it off to Alec Estrada. Nice one, and got the first down. Now 2 plays later, it looks like the same play pretty much, but the same result. A first down for the Eagles right at midfield. Now, unfortunately, the Eagles' luck gives out right now, and Old's pass bounces off the hand of his receiver, and he runs it into the arms of Wyatt Sutton. And Sutton, seeing the end zone, is he able to get it? And he is. He takes it all the way down for a touchdown, and the extra point was good. Now that one was, I don't know for that one. I always try to guess before the highlights are done. But look, Alabagana ran away with that one, 55-0, and that final play was pretty good too.
Yeah, I like the interception. That was a crazy one too. Hey, let's see what's cooking in Spring Hill. As the Panthers, man, they're still undefeated in district. They're hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. Immediately, we're going to see the Panthers starting off right at the goal line. Well, quarterback Travis Allen takes the snap, hands the ball off to Trevor Allen. All right, looks like he tricked not just the Pirates, but our camera guy as well. But hey, we got the touchdown right there. Allen dives right on in. That's a Panthers touchdown. Let's head back over now to the Pirates. They got the ball. Quarterback LaChristian Johnson is going to take the snap. He's going to hand it right on over to Jalen Holloway, who's going to slip right on through that Panthers defense, making a run for it. He's gaining several yards before being taken down, but all the way into Spring Hill territory. So now the Pirates are threatening to score here. Johnson again taking the ball. He's looking to throw long to his man, Aiden Manley, but this ball is going to be blocked at the last second there. Look at that stretch by Jack Beckett, who loves that, throwing up that no way. Spring Hill back with the ball now. Allen taking the snap again, handing it off to Julius Hawkins, who is going to make some guys miss just like he always does. Dodging tackles left and right for being taken down in Pittsburgh territory, but Panthers first down, and all we got to see now is that final score. Ooh. This is a little closer than I thought, though, but Spring Hill has been rolling lately, huh?
They have. I mean, a win is a win. A win is a win. 5 points or not, a win is a win.
Yeah, well, yeah. Really want to commend Spring Hill, though, because they have really turned things around. You saw the opening week loss to Sabine, but they look like they're starting to really threaten some teams now. Of course, they have some tough ones coming up with the likes of Gilmer, but if they're playing well, you know, can really make things interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that one is a good lesson. Like, what happens week 1 does not define who you are for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Words of wisdom right there. And we're coming right back out after this break with even more highlights. Stick around. We'll be right back.
I'm Jacoby Williams, and you're watching Under the Lights on CBS19. Bearcat Nation, let's ride.
We saw the Fab 15 rankings earlier. Now a top 3 team is Pleasant Grove. Man, we saw that big win over Gilmer. Akari Johnson and the squad are rolling right now.
I mean, Pleasant Grove deserved to move up because they've been playing really good so far, and they're undefeated. So, like, they were just waiting for somebody else to mess up.
Yeah, not just top 3 in the Fab 15 now, but top 3 in the state for 4A. Let's get right to them. They're unbeaten, and they are blowing past opponents. They're hosting Liberty Ilu tonight. Let's go to the second quarter. Liberty Ilu quarterback finds his receiver in the end zone for the score. I mean, I don't want to say anything too soon. Maybe we're seeing a crazy upset tonight, but hey, we'll see in a second. Let's keep going to the highlights. Leopards tying the game up with a 2-point conversion, so it's 14-14. Things a little interesting here, but Let's go to a Pleasant Grove highlight because you know we have a few of those. Caden McFadden is going to pick his way through a wall of tacklers here, and he is going to find his way into a place he knows so well, and that's the end zone there. 21-14 Hawks, and then a short time later, this is the guy which we'll be talking about too. Akari Johnson, that quarterback. The Arkansas commit is going to race in, and he is going to be untouched for another Hawks touchdown just like that. 28-14 the second quarter. That man's got wheels.
He's so fast.
My goodness. All right, let's check the final in this one. I think Pleasant Grove probably ran away with it.
For sure.
I wouldn't say ran away with it. Of course, that's a win, but a little closer than I might have expected there.
I mean, but like I said, they just needed to move up a little bit. And I spoke with them last week. They just keep wanting to win. They don't really care too much about the rankings, and I feel like it shows. Just keep winning.
42-27, your final from Texarkana.
Now let's head over to Elysian Fields as they're up against Hugh Spring. This is their 9th time meeting. Both teams coming off of a loss. That's quarterback. He gives it to his running back for a nice first down for them. Now the quarterback, he throws it to Nunu Kennedy for a 20-yard pickup. Now the Yellow Jackets, once again, he hands it off to his running back as he finds the hole, and he eventually gets the touchdown as he's running up all the way down the sidelines for that touchdown for them. Now the Yellow Jackets, their kickoff to Hugh Spring to number 5 with the juke move, with the grab by Nunu Kennedy. But number 5, he breaks that one down. It was a good run for them, though. But eventually, it was a really good run.
Oh, my God.
You need the whole team to take him down at this point.
Is he still going?
I mean, I feel like he's still going at this point. But look at Elysian Fields, 26-0. Nice way to bounce back after that tough loss last week.
Well, there you go. Let's head over to Dangerfield taking on Queen City. They're just chilling on the sideline there. Here's the pass to Kenny Mosley here. That's going to be about a 10-yard pickup. There's Chase Johnson. He's looking again. Guess who? Kenny Mosley running a circle, trying to break free, but he's going to be taken down by Riley Green. But check this out. Number 1, Ashton Williams going all the way down the sideline. That's a touchdown, Dangerfield. Queen City trying to make something happen now. He's just scrambling out. He's trying to find something, but man, Dangerfield is just so strong. This is about all they're going to get here. Looking for an open receiver. Gets it to Riley Green, but that's that. Dangerfield, 62-0.
Man.
Your final there. Wow.
We've been seeing a lot of shutouts. It's either last week we saw some upsets. This week we're seeing some shutouts.
Yeah, there you go.
Now we're heading over to Nacogdoches and Texas High. Are we going to see an upset for this one? Because Texas High is still undefeated, but the Tigers are at home for this one, and they come out slinging. I like that one. Now David Potter with a dime to TJ Gray, and Gray does the rest. And how about that? Yet they finally track him down around the 35-yard line. Now that connection is nice, but let's see it twice. Potter to Gray for a nice touchdown. It's now 7-0 for them. Now the next drive, it's Tiger again, and it's Potter again on the quick route to Brandon Hall. Now you can see him right there all the way, just nothing but green grass heading all the way into that end zone. I know he was gassed after that one, but he made it 14-0 just like that. Let's see if Texas High was able to get taken down. Not anytime soon. Look, 51-14.
Texas High got a ton of track stars on that team too. You could probably tell yourself there,
I can tell for sure. I kind of want to get out there and run a little, I guess.
Texas High, if you're watching, that's a challenge. You can consider that an official challenge right there.
No, not at all. I don't need any of the smoke. Y'all are undefeated. Y'all have been doing great.
Hey, you know what's up next, right?
Top plays, my favorite.
You got to wait for right after this break. We'll be back with those top plays. Come on right back. We'll be there.
Hi, I'm Colin Cottle, and you're watching Under the Lights on CBS19. Go Jackets.
Well, we mentioned it a little earlier. We got some great games on the schedule next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for them because every week it keeps getting better and it keeps getting more spicy. That's what I need.
Spicy, there you go. I was about to say, it's getting into crunch time because you're right in that district play, and now every single week now going forward, playoff spots are on the line. So there's some big games that are really going to determine those spots. Starting off with Tyler, head over to Lobo Stadium. Man, that is going to be a tough one against Longview. Texas High still undefeated, taking on White House in a battle of top 10 teams in our Fab 15. And another battle of top 10 teams. How about Van heading over to Carthage to take on the defending state champs? That is going to be a good one there. And then Center trying to bounce back after 2 straight losses. They'll take on Bullard.
I mean, we got to see Chapel Hill bounce back after their tough loss last week. They'll be facing off with Athens. And then Jacksonville and Lindale. Lindale is looking great. They were the one who actually took down Chapel Hill. And then next is Gilmer and Spring Hill will be facing off. And then finally, Beckville and Harleton. I love looking for Beckville's games because it's always like, yeah, okay, they're going to win, but by how much? So much.
Yeah, I mean, I would just bet everything on seeing a Jacoby Williams highlight.
Jacoby Williams.
That's the guy.
Jacoby Williams and Beckville.
That's the guy. The team. And of course, Tyler Longview, of course, is going to be a really interesting one because those are 2 teams who want nothing more than just to beat each other. But it's hard to beat a guy like Taylor Tatum. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, the touchdown record for the Lobos, it definitely is. Oklahoma commit too? I mean, unstoppable.
That's him. Top running back in the country there. Let's get right into it. You know what time it is.
It's top play
time. Let's start off with the man, the myth, the legend. Winsboro's Kyler Finney jumps and slides on in for the touchdown in his 4th of the first half alone in a 42-0 win.
Now another quarterback top play for you. This one was from the ARP equipment game. Frank Smith to screen pass to Zane Bork. He's dodging that Bulldog traffic and heading up the sidelines. I love it because he's like, y'all better come and chase me. He is taken down around the 5-yard line though.
Did somebody say Jacoby Williams? Well, here you go. Let this one develop. Scrambling around for Beckville. Man, he is so dangerous. We can extend that play, and look at this. Down the sideline, diving for the pylon. And he's in. Touchdown. Jacoby Williams for a huge Beckville win.
Now here's Zach Davis. He's looking way deep, and he finds his man, Aiden Heck, for a huge Grace Cougars touchdown. An amazing throw, and even better catch for that one.
Now here's Jet Surratt in our game of the week. He's going to find his man, Mikkel Fields. He is going way deep, and a huge touchdown there. Man, what an absolute dot. As you see that one there, man.
Wow.
Little slow-mo dot there.
I love the slow-mo.
Right?
I know you had so many highlights to choose from for Kyler Finney because that's just how he is. He's top play Kyler Finney.
I'm about to say 4 touchdowns in the first half alone, but this game isn't anything unique. He's been doing that all season, and so has Winsboro.
Yeah, I see. I mean, quarterbacks in East Texas are undefeated for me.
And let's go back and look at all the scores from the biggest games on this busy night of football. You saw Carthage put up 72 on Center in our game of the week, 72-27 your final. Winsboro shut out Mineola 42-0 with the Kyler Finney masterclass there. West Ruskin Troop did go final, and that is Troop's first loss on the season. 13-9 in defensive battle there. And then Lufkin and Tyler was another close one, but Tyler will keep that upper edge on the Panthers, 23-20 your final.
Gladewater got their first win last week, and they started off strong this week, but they will unfortunately fall to Jefferson, 42-21. And then Frakespin and Beckville, look at that score, 68-28. Now Sabine and Tatum, they had the same record going into this game, but Tatum took this one 48-21. And then finally Henderson and Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill needed to bounce back, and that's exactly what they did, 63-24.
Aside from those 2 bottom ones, you got West Ruskin Troop. That's interesting seeing Troop lose their first game, though, but Lufkin and Tyler close one. Everything else on there, the theme of this week was just blowouts.
Blowouts. I feel like it was blowouts. But I really wanted to see Gladewater get another win. I mean, I did, but they were making it a little close in the highlights, too.
And the thing in that district, too, is Gladewater still has that path to that 4th playoff spot.
Yeah.
So even with 1 win right now, they could still go on that little run and make the playoffs there.
Absolutely. And shout out to ARP because they have just been dominating that game from the very beginning against Quitman.
And clinching that playoff spot as well, like you mentioned earlier.
Absolutely.
Well, the adrenaline's still pumping, but unfortunately, that is the end of Under the Lights for this week. You know where to find us next week. We'll be out in our mobile set at 6:30 next week for our kickoff show, and we'll be right back here in studio at 10 p.m. for all those highlights you'll be waiting for. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next Friday.